I've been playing a ton of amazing cozy games lately. There's everything from farming with magic to running shops, decorating tiny rooms, and even dusting off a classic Game Boy Advance title. Hi, I'm Lochvaness, and if you're into honest cozy game reviews, make sure to subscribe so you never miss another one. Today, I'm sharing my honest thoughts on the games that I played recently to help you decide whether these games are worth picking up or skipping. Let's get into it. Now, to kick things off, we have Fae Farm. I finally started it on PC, and honestly, why did I wait so long? This game is a mix of farming, raising animals, dungeon crawling, and questing, all wrapped in a nice little fantasy vibe. Since I'm still in my first season, I haven't gone through all the crop cycles yet, but farming so far feels really rewarding. You can turn your harvest into food or pickle them for extra profit, which adds this satisfying little loop. The dungeons honestly really surprised me. I'm usually not great at combat, but this felt really balanced. Sometimes I'd really get into a rhythm and just stun lock an enemy until they die, which honestly felt pretty great. It's not overly tactical, but not button mashy either. It's kind of in that little sweet spot. Now, in the early game, you're stuck doing everything by hand, but once you start upgrading your magic, multitasking gets so much easier. It makes you feel like you're really growing alongside your farm. Now, for me, Fae Farm is a buy if you want a chill, magical farming sim that is light on the romance. Now, if you're hoping for some super deep romance options, this one definitely won't be for you. There are some other really good farming games out there that might be more your fancy. Now, if you want to see some gameplay of these games, I play them live every week right here on this channel, so subscribe so you know when I go live next. Now, speaking of magic, let's talk about Magic Inn. On paper, it sounds awesome. You're running a magical inn, cooking, decorating rooms, and using cards to interact with your guests. The deck system lets you do things like sweet talk customers into coming back or as regulars, or just convince them to stay in your tavern. It's unique, but in practice, it just didn't land for me. Now, if you don't chat with your guests enough, their satisfaction drops, which matters because that's how you get repeat customers, which is very crucial in the game. You can always give them like a sweet treat or something, but those are also very limited. But the problem in this game is unlocking new recipes and upgrades is really grindy. The vendors only show up on certain days, so if you miss something, you're basically stuck. Add on top clunky controls and bugs like floating characters, yeah, it just wasn't fun for me. Now, this one's a skip for now. It has potential, and I definitely see the vision they have going here, but it just needs a bit more polish before it is definitely worth it. This is a magical farming game that did click for me. Ritual Raven mixes farming with a card construct system where you enchant these little helpers to automate your farm. Each construct does different tasks, some gather, some specialize, and you power them by using really unique cards. It really leaves room for creativity, but also pushes you to be efficient since the ultimate goal is automation. I loved the balance between puzzle solving and farming alongside the quest. And they're not just side fluff, they really drive the story forward while teaching you how to expand and optimize your farm. It all flows together nicely. If you like strategy heavy cozy games, this is a buy. Just be ready for a little bit of a learning curve with the constructs. Now, after all the farming and strategizing, you might need a little bit of a break with something more relaxing, and MakeRoom was perfect for that. It is a decorating puzzle game where you design miniature dioramas. The challenges lean more creative than strict. Sometimes you just have to place one item to complete an objective, and then the rest of the game is totally up to you. The game rewards creativity, and the best part, you can change the color of literally anything. Tons of options, and you can look up furniture really easily. The only thing I wished for was a way to move multiple objects at once, but honestly, I had so much fun decorating that I didn't mind. Even though I normally don't go for decorating sims, this one surprisingly grabbed me. Now, MakeRoom is a buy for all of you decorating fans. And while decorating is fun, my heart truly belongs to books. This is where Tiny Bookshop comes in. You run a mobile bookshop, stocking up on different genres depending on the town you're in. Each location has unique preferences, and keeping a mix of books is really important if you want your customers was happy. I loved checking on the notes in the in-game notebook. It made planning really satisfying and helped me remember. Now, you get the option to recommend a book to someone, and when you hand someone the exact book that they're looking for, it's genuinely so rewarding. Plus, you can decorate your van, which just adds a nice little cozy personal touch. Now, if you love books and light strategy, this is an easy buy. It's the perfect kind of game to just curl up with. If a book van isn't quite your vibe, maybe running a quirky convenience store will hit the spot. We have Discount Tea. Now, this game completely stole my heart. You're stocking shelves, running checkout, trading with locals, and uncovering the mysteries of the town. Shelf placement actually matters in this game. Putting multiple things out makes customers a little bit more likely to want to buy them. And I absolutely love when management games reward the tiny details. The story unfolds through cutscenes and building friendships with the town folks. Hitting certain friendship levels unlocks little moments in cutscenes that made me feel more connected, and sometimes it made me straight up not like a character, which honestly added a little bit of spice to the story. This game feels really polished, engaging, and just packed full of charm. This county is definitely a must-buy from me. Now, finally, I had to dust off my old little Game Boy Advance for Sword of Mana. If you would like to see my little retro game collection, leave a comment below. I've slowly been building it up over the years. Now, this was my first time playing this game, and wow, was I hooked. I went in with a mage class, that's always the typical class I always go for. The playstyle allowed me to be flexible because I would swap between my main character and the side character, which generally handled a sword for the combat. The mix worked really well, though the gameplay definitely encouraged me to swap between characters and weapons depending on the enemy. The combat here is challenging. If you do not save often, dying will set you all the way back from your last save. And yeah, I had a few rage quit moments, but honestly, the story pulled me back in every single time. It felt ahead of its time in the complexity. If I had tried to play this as a kid, I would have been completely lost and frustrated. I had to look up quite a bit of things for this game. For you retro RPG fans, this one 1000% is a buy. It's tough, a little frustrating, but so rewarding once you push through. Now, that is all for the cozy games I've been playing recently. Honestly, it's so hard to pick a favorite. We had such a good handful of games this time around, but if I absolutely had to, I definitely will say Discounty because I'm so close to 100%ing that game. Now, which one of these games would you pick up first? Drop a comment, I would love to hear. If you have found this video helpful, hit the like and subscribe for more cozy game reviews, and until next time, so happy gaming.